ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Single Strike Urshifu Vmax, the deck. That's right, Single Strike Urshifu Vmax. We've got some Kung Fu music here. As such, we are going to be getting into this deck, the spirit of this deck, the spirit of Kung Fu. But let me tell you, I really love the Single Strike archetype. As you know, Battle Styles comes out not February 19th, March 19th, I think. And it's basically going to be split up into, well, not split up into two sets, but we're going to have Single Strike and Rapid Strike. That's what Battle Styles is going to be featuring. And oh my gosh, Single Strike is amazing. Single Strike is freaking amazing. And this music is kicking. I love it. But yeah, I have been, when this set came out, I have been playtesting this. I've been playtesting this against the Rapid Strike so far, and I really love it. It has a great engine, great consistency, great ways to get things back. I've seen the Japanese list, you know, because I mean they've had tournaments because they get the sets before we do. So I've seen the Japanese list. I've also seen deck lists from Omnipoke and also Celio's Network. Shout outs to both of them. I've seen decks from them and their strategies and the way they've talked about Single Strike and Rapid Strike. So, with the culmination of all of that, I built my deck list and what I think would be really good for Single Strike. And I think this list is solid. I think this is solid. So we're going to jump into this. All right. First off, let's get started. Let's kick it into high gear with a 3-3 line of Urshifu Vmax. All right. And first, we're going to talk a little bit about Urshifu V. All right. Urshifu V. It has 220 HP. All right. And its first attack. What is that? Laser focus? Yep, laser focus. What you do is you can search your deck for a fighting energy and attach it to him. Alright? Yes, but you attach energy to him, but you leave him active. Now, some would say that's actually a problem because he can get damaged, you know, on your opponent's next turn. Actually, I say otherwise. The reason why I say this is good is because if they damage him even a little bit, that's going to set up combos later. So actually, you kind of want to take some damage as Single Strike. And I'm going to tell you why later on. His other attack for 180. What's the other attack called? Oh, yeah, Impact Blow. All right, let's see what this thing does. Oh, yeah. All right, so 180, and you can't use this next turn. All right? So, I mean, pretty good. 180 is not bad, but we're really not going to use that. You know, it has 2 retreat costs. Boom. Enough of that. Let's jump into the big boy, the big Kung Fu master himself. Urshifu Vmax. Alright? It has 330 HP. All right, and its first attack, beat down. All right, beat down for 100. All right, that is solid. Actually, that's actually going to be increasing because of the single strike energy, but we'll get into that later. All right, and also his second attack, Gmax, one blow. One blow for single strike. All right, 3 fighting and 1 colorless. All right, and this does 270 damage, but you discard all the energy from him. You discard all the energy from him. All right, so a 1 big blow attack, you know, I think this is really great. Really, really great. But 270 is not going to be 270. It's going to be more with the single strike energy. And we will get into that. Next, we have ourselves a 4/4 line of Houndoom. All right, this deck is straightforward. We're just going Urshifu and Houndoom, baby. Houndoom from the depths of hell. All right, Houndoom has a whopping 130 HP. All right, and we're using it for its ability. All right, its ability says what does it say? Once per turn? Yep. Once during your turn, you can search your deck for a single strike energy and attach it to one of your single strike Pokemon. But once you do, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So this sets up damage counters on your single strike Pokemon. All right? But you get to put an energy from your deck to it. So this accelerates your single strike energies. All right? And you can, like, if you have 2 Houndoom on the bench, you can do this twice. If you have 3 on the bench, you can do it 3 times. Which is insane. Freaking insane. Possibly powering this up within 1 to 2 turns. It's insane. But yes, you're putting damage counters on your own Pokemon. Well, you want to say, why would you put damage counters on your Pokemon? Oh, I'm going to show you. I am going to show you the power of this deck. You want to put him down? Yeah, let's put him down here. All right, now let's get into the support Pokemon. 2 copies of the Dedenne GX. All right, we all know what the Dedenne GX does. Playing from your hand, discard your hand, draw 6. All right, so that's a support. I want to do like this. Yeah, actually, let's do this like that. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. I think I like that a lot better. Okay, whoops. Okay. All right, 1 copy of Crobat. I forgot what I was doing here. All right. Playing from your hand. When you're playing from your hand, you can draw up to 6 cards. All right, so another support Pokemon to help you draw cards. All right, 1 copy of Eldergloss V. All right, when you're playing from your hand, you can get a supporter from your discard pile and put it in your hand. So you can replay a supporter from your discard pile. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that most decks that I've seen only played 1 Dedenne GX. where I'm playing 2. I think it is very, very crucial that you play 2 and be able to find your Dedenne GX within the deck. Also, if your 1 copy gets prized, you are going to be very, very screwed. So I highly recommend to play 2 because like I just like that extra copy, that extra consistency. 1 copy of Jirachi GX. Its ability gets rid of psychic weakness. So since this is weak to psychic, this basically gets rid of that. Especially with decks like Pikarom playing Mew 3. You know, this could basically kind of, even that out so we won't have weakness to deal with. It's very, very important. Or do I want to do this? I want to do this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. There we go. I like that. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to get into the supporters. We have ourselves 3 copies of Professor's Research. All right. Most lists I've seen have 4. I'm going 3. The reason why I'm going 3 is because I've got the extra copy of Dedenne. I honestly like Dedenne over the 4th research because with Dedenne, you could sit there and you can draw 6. You can draw 6 and then you can use a supporter. You see what I'm saying? So you would sit there and draw 6 cards and then you could draw like 7 or 5 more depending on what you're using. So doing that and then going into a supporter, I think is a lot better. Three copies of Marnie. All right. So we have 3 copies of Marnie. It says shuffle your hand and then put it at the bottom of your deck. You draw 5 and your opponent draws 4. So it's kind of like a little bit of disruption. Your opponent draws less cards, but you draw 5 cards off the top of your deck, which is very, very good. Very, very good draw supporter. Basically used in almost every single deck. Three copies of Boss's Orders. All right. Yep. Switch one of your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. You get to choose. So you get to bring up one of their Pokemon. So bring up one of their Pokemon, knock it out. Bring up a Dedenne, Crobat. They're both weak to fighting. Anything that's weak to fighting, you're going to capitalize on and take advantage of. We have ourselves 4 copies of Quick Ball. All right. Discard a card from your hand and search your deck for a basic Pokemon and add it to your hand. Very good basic Pokemon search. Four copies of Pokemon Communication. All right. Swap a Pokemon from your hand for 1 in your deck and add it to your hand. This is very good to find your Urshifu Vmaxes, your Houndooms. We've got 4 in here because we play a ton of evolutions. Not a ton of evolutions, but you know what I'm saying? Enough. Now, with these, I've got a 2-2 split. All right? I've got 2 switch and 2 escape rope. All right? Switch, you switch out your active of one of your bench Pokemon. All right? So there's that. And then the escape rope, basically, you and your opponent basically switch out your active for one of your bench Pokemon. Your opponent switches first. So they get to switch and bring up one of their Pokemon, and you get to switch and bring up one of your Pokemon from the bench. This is very, very good because sometimes you can make them switch into something that they don't want to switch into. Or, you know, it will force them to basically give you a prize, you know, where, you know what I'm saying? So I think this is very, very good. I'm going 2-2 split on this right now. Next up, we have 4 copies of the, I think it's what, Vitality Jar, I think. That's what it's called. Single strike. And what this does is that you could get 2 single strike energies. 2 single strike energies from your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. So, since Urshifu Vmax discards all the energies from him, when you attack for Gmax 1 blow, you discard all the energies, and then if you have the single strike energies in your discard pile, you get them back with this. And this deck plays 4. So you keep discarding your energies and you keep getting them back with the Vitality Jar. And then once you put them back in the deck, you search them out with the Houndoom. All right? So you can easily get your energies back, search them back out, then reattach them, and then attack again. This is so good. This is so good. All right. 2 copies of the Single Strike Scroll. The Scroll of Darkness. All right. This Single Strike Scroll is actually an extra attack. So, for 1 energy, what this does is that it does 10 plus damage, so it already does 10 damage, but it does 10 more damage for each damage counter on your single strike Pokemon. All right? So if your single strike Pokemon has 270 damage on it, this is going to make your single strike Pokemon do 280 damage. All right? So for just 1 energy, you can do a lot of damage because he has damage counters on him. So if they attack him and do a lot of damage to him and they don't knock him out, boom. Now you've got a way to kind of like revenge all that damage back onto your opponent. Yes, even though you've got massive damage on you, you're not worried about the damage now. So, and what I was saying before with the Pokemon V, with his first attack, when you attach an energy to it and leave it inactive, if they damage him, that's early damage that you could set up for this. All right? So Houndoom also puts damage on your Pokemon for getting an energy from the deck. And then you set this up as well, even more. But what you could really do, well, what you really have to do is watch out how much damage you take so you won't get knocked out. But you want to just take just enough damage to set them up for this. All right. 2 copies of Air Balloon. All right. You can attach this to one of your Pokemon, and it gives your Pokemon makes their retreat cost 2 less. That's what I need to say. I'm not talking about that yet. So you basically want to attach this to your Houndooms because his retreat cost is 2, and if it makes it 2 less, it makes his retreat cost free. You can attach it to Dedenne, Crobat, any of those bench sitters. All right. And then we have ourselves, last but not least, 2 copies of the Tower of Darkness Stadium for single strike. And what this does is that you could discard a single strike card from your hand and draw 2 cards. So any single strike card, it can be another stadium, it could be a third single strike Urshifu that you have. That's also the reason why we run 4/4 Houndoom, so that if we have extra copies, we can discard them for the stadium and draw more cards. So very good consistency in drawing cards with this deck. All right. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put the energies down here. All right. We have ourselves 4 copies of the single strike energy. All right. And what this does is that it provides dark energy and fighting energy. It provides dark and fighting energy, but one at a time. All right. And this also adds 20 more damage to your attack before doing damage. So this adds 20. So where you're doing 270 damage, you're now doing 290. Okay? You're now doing 290. And then if you have another one, 310. You have another one, 330. Okay? So with these, you're doing more damage. Very, very powerful. You're doing more damage. So you're giving that one single strike the defining blow. Two copies of Stone Fighting Energy. All right. What this does is that any attacks that your opponents do is going to be 20 less. So you take 20 less damage from attacks when this is attached. So this is going to help. Yes, with this deck you want to take damage, but sometimes you want to kind of lessen the blow just a little bit so you can survive long enough for you to hit them with the single strike scroll. All right. This also provides fighting energy. Two copies of Capture Energy. All right, what this does is like when you attach this to your Pokemon, you can search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it on your bench. This is very good for getting out Houndours or other Urshifu. All right. So this helps you get out your basics even more. And then last but not least, 2 copies of Basic Fighting Energy. 2 copies of Basic Fighting Energy. All right. I really, really love the consistency of this deck. It is so consistent. It is so good. I absolutely love it. It runs like water. runs like water. Like I can't say enough about it. This is my favorite. I'm really going. I'm going to pick this up. I am going to pick this up when Battle Styles come out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys been enjoying this music, this Kung Fu music. Next up, we are going to be doing Rapid Strike. You know, basically, I'm gonna do it right after this, but it's gonna be 2 separate videos. But yeah, I really love this. This is amazing. So if you like it, you know, take a screenshot, take a look at it, you know, give you a couple seconds to do that. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all right? And as always, make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.